Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kamran Idris, and I'm the General Counsel of Nexamp and the head of our office here in Chicago. We are here to celebrate our success in Illinois and the naming of this office as our second headquarters. We're honored to have Governor Pritzker, Congressman Davis, Director Richards, Assistant Majority Leader Hunter with us today. Has a great thread line that runs directly from leadership that had a bold vision on climate change, enacting policies that put Illinois at the forefront and also allowed Nexamp to become the largest community solar provider in the United States. That in turn ensures folks in Illinois can benefit from clean energy, but it also ensures that our diverse workforce can participate in this clean economy as well. You know, we started this office in 2019 with 5 people. And because Chicago is such a great city with talent that cares about climate change, cares about decarbonization, that really helped us grow to the over 80 team members that we have today. Folks that fill roles that span the entire life cycle of a solar or storage project. Of course, that growth cannot be possible without legislation like the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, like the Inflation Reduction Act. But I also wanted to recognize our team members and our partners that are here with us today, because while CEJA and the IRA created a great scaffolding or framework for us to grow into, we still had to uphold our end of the bargain and do the work to turn the governor's vision into reality. And I think the fact that we are here today is a testament to our success in doing just that. So thank you. And I'd like to now introduce our CEO, Zad Ashai. Zad has been a huge supporter of us here in Illinois since day one. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Kamran, for those kind, welcoming remarks. Thank you all for joining us today at this really momentous occasion at Nexamp. As Kamran mentioned, I'm the chairman and CEO of Nexamp, and I just want to give you a few remarks about what you're going to get with Nexamp here in Illinois. Nexamp really was started with the vision of making clean energy really simple and accessible to all communities. When we thought about the clean energy revolution, we really wanted to solve for 2 things. We wanted to make sure that we can transition our grid from really thermal fossil fuel generation, which is no longer sustainable, which unfortunately disproportionately impacts LMI and Black and brown communities. And we had this bold vision of sort of how do we attack this problem when there's really been an underinvestment in clean energy technologies, but also an underinvestment in certain communities that have been really pushed to the side. And when we thought about this problem, we created a business model which was very unique in the industry, and you'll see it's continued to be unique. We're a little bit of the outlier in many good ways. First of all, we're going to be a long-term owner, operator, and member of all these communities, which is very different than most of the clean energy community, unfortunately. We are centered with the idea that everything we do, we have to make sure it's sustainable, but equitable and inclusive. And those are easy words to throw around. We see that increasingly in a lot of corporate handbooks, but we really don't see it in action, unfortunately. And we've continued to challenge ourselves here at Nexamp to see how we can do this and how we can do it better. And I think that's really what excites me about the work we do, whether it be in Illinois or other states. So a few things to mention. As we go in these communities, as Kamran mentioned, we are going to be creating about 3,000 jobs over the next 2 years, investing close to $2 billion in Illinois, which is super exciting. But we're going to do this differently than it's been done in the past. We are really going to make sure that we work with the policy frameworks that the governor has created and his team has created, with policy frameworks that the president's created with the Inflation Reduction Act, to make sure that this is done where every community benefits, which is so different than what we've seen in the past. So a few things. One example of this, because it's easy to sort of say the buzzwords, but it's like, where is the substance behind this? First thing is in Rockford, Illinois, we've done a program in partnership with the utility to ensure that we can work with housing authorities and other stakeholders to create opportunities and reduce energy bills for the people who are in most need, which is awesome. It's super exciting. We are now working with a number of stakeholders that are here in this crowd to ensure that we create a larger clean energy workforce. So this is a clean energy workforce that reflects the state of Illinois, that reflects our country. This doesn't mean you need a PhD. What's really exciting about Nexamp is we're a coalition of sort of misfits in the best ways, where we have PhDs, engineers, electricians, carpenters, all working for the same goal. And that's, for me, what's really exciting, is if we can create a community like this within Nexamp, how can we reflect those values in those communities? And for us, we are going to continue to do this. You're going to get a company that, yes, we are the largest community solar company in the country, but our values are small. Our values are the belief that we want to make the environment better. We want to make every community that we're better. We will never judge a job applicant or stakeholder without sort of the character behind them. We're in this for the long haul. We're the underdogs. We want to make this vision a reality. And as you see us grow, it's going to be exciting to see what community solar can do with the other parts of the clean energy transition. Job growth, focusing on folks that are candidly underemployed. We hear unemployment numbers, but there's a vast number of folks in Illinois, in this country, that are not entering the job market because we're not creating the right types of jobs and career pathways for them. You'll see that here at Nexamp. Then you'll also see some of the complementary stuff outside of solar, storage, EV charging, heat pumps, everything that can create cleaner environments, but also environments where people can save money off their energy bills. So again, Illinois, thank you for welcoming us. Really appreciate the warm sort of participation from all the stakeholders here, and look forward to a great discussion. Thank you, and with that, honor to introduce Governor Pritzker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zed, and I have to say this is truly, truly an exciting day. I hope for Nexamp, and it is especially for the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. We really are pleased to have you, pleased to have this headquarters being built out here, and so many terrific people that I got to meet this morning. So thank you and welcome. And I am excited to be here, not just with Zed and all the folks in the audience here, but also with Kamran Idris, who I got to meet this morning and who gave us the tour of the facility here, and also with the Nexamp team, who populates the room, but sitting alongside all the partners that you've gathered in this endeavor. We also have our DCEO director, Kristen Richards, here, our Congressman Danny Davis, and our leader, Maddie Hunter. You know, without the members of the General Assembly, without her leadership, we wouldn't have been able to pass the Clean Energy, Climate and Equitable Jobs Act back in 2021. And, well, I guess none of this really would be happening without that. So I especially want to thank her and her colleagues. So, you know, I get to brag a little about Nexamp this morning because I am so excited. I read a lot about what you do and where you came from. And since its founding just 17 years ago, Nexamp has grown into, as you heard, the largest community solar provider in the nation, with more than 1 billion watts of renewable energy generating assets, either in operation or under construction. And in just 5 years since opening its Chicago office, the Illinois-based Nexamp team has grown from 5 members to 80 so far. And today, Nexamp has 75 projects in operation or under development in the land of Lincoln that will create nearly 4,000 jobs. We'll start with 3,000. We're going to keep moving forward, and they're going to generate 300 megawatts of energy in those projects, offsetting the power needs of perhaps more than 50,000 households that's a pretty big deal for the state of Illinois and for people across the state who've adopted community solar. Jobs, economic development, clean energy, not for some, but for everyone. And it's exactly what I set out to accomplish working with the General Assembly when we passed the nation-leading bipartisan Climate and Equitable Jobs Act in 2021. And today is yet another example of the people of Illinois reaping the fruits of that labor. I couldn't be prouder to join the Nexamp team as they announced that Chicago will officially serve as their second national headquarters, on top of creating at least 50 new jobs over just the next year or two. Nexamp's expansion will invest an additional $2 billion in Illinois through the expansion of existing projects and new projects in the pipeline. There is an opportunity here because of the follow-on effects of what Nexamp does to create truly thousands and thousands of jobs. And that is part of what is so exciting today. And to foster the next generation of solar workers, Nexamp will partner with the City Colleges of Chicago to develop a fellowship program and create a robust employment pipeline for students interested in pursuing a career in the solar industry. With equity as their North Star, truly is listening to the leadership of Nexamp, looking at how they have gone about building their company. It is working with job training organizations to ensure that equity-eligible persons are prioritized for all of their new jobs. Nexamp's story of growth over the past 5 years is inherently an Illinois story. I know that you got your start in another state, and if you look at all of the projects that it's got in the nation, today we're number 4 among all the states that you are in, and you are truly across the country. But at least in the private meetings that we had, and now I'm going to say it publicly, they intend to make Illinois their number 1 state in the nation. I don't think I'm revealing any secrets either. It's why there is so much growth here at this headquarters. Partnerships with local colleges and universities are helping develop their talented workforce. They're building out affordable solar energy for every household who wants it. Equity, education, and access is the mantra that Nexamp is living. Like Illinois, the Nexamp team knows that people are key to our collective success. And together we are building out the jobs of the future and transitioning to 100% clean energy in our state. Look, it's no surprise that Nexamp has chosen Illinois for this headquarters. Thanks to CEJA and our landmark Reimagining Energy and Electric Vehicles Act, and of course the federal IRA, we are one of the nation's fastest growing solar and green technology markets, all while attracting like-minded companies who share our ambitious clean energy goals. And when you combine our competitive incentives, investments to increase clean energy production, and a workforce that is truly second to none, opportunity abounds for Illinois. Nexamp, I want to be clear, like Nexamp, we're fast becoming a market leader in Illinois. I want to just talk about a couple of the recent successes. Goshen is a new electric vehicle battery gigafactory in Manteno, the largest manufacturing investment in Illinois in decades and the biggest EV battery investment ever. Manor Polymers in Mount Vernon, Illinois, building a first-of-its-kind solar-powered PVC compounding plant that's using clean energy generated on-site. Prismian Group in DuQuoin, Illinois, a $64 million expansion to manufacture cables for the renewable energy and electric vehicle sectors. Microlink Devices, a Niles-based manufacturing of state-of-the-art solar cells and solar shields. And Stellantis, replacing its internal combustion engine car production with a new EV truck and battery plant. And the list goes on, and I won't bore you with it, but we really are making tremendous progress in the state, once again, because of the changes that we've made just over the last couple of years, and bringing companies like Nexamp who are accelerating that change. More and more, Illinois is becoming the destination for companies looking to expand and move their operations. And in fact, our state was recently ranked second in the nation for new corporate investment by Site Selection Magazine. one thing is very clear, momentum is on our side, and thanks to Nexamp, we're on our way to becoming the national hub for community solar. So to Zad, Ashai, and the entire Nexamp team here, thank you for choosing Illinois, thank you for choosing Chicago, and here's to a bright future for us all. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce the DCEO director, doing a terrific job in trying times as we grow and ramp up our economic development efforts across the state of Illinois. I call it trying times, but they're exciting times, just a lot of work, no doubt about it. So let me welcome Kristen Richards.
Thank you, Governor Pritzker, for the introduction, and good morning, everyone. My name is Kristen Richards, and I am the director of the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, or DCEO. I'm thrilled to be here today in Chicago to celebrate Nexamp's decision to locate their new headquarters here in Illinois. Nexamp could have chosen any of their offices across the country to serve as their second headquarters, but after 5 years in Chicago, they've seen firsthand what Illinois has to offer: a steadfast commitment to securing our clean energy future, and an unmatched workforce, which is ranked #1 in the Midwest for the second year in a row. Under Governor Pritzker's leadership, Illinois has established itself as a premier destination to locate and expand your business, and this announcement is a true testament to that. Nexamp follows hundreds of businesses that have led Illinois to being ranked #2 in the nation for corporate relocations. Through the passage of the landmark Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, Illinois has truly positioned itself as a leader in the solar energy space. This transformative legislation is changing the way we do business in Illinois, while putting us on a path toward a more sustainable future that will have a lasting impact for generations to come. Illinois is leading in the clean energy space. We are generating clean energy jobs for our robust workforce, and Illinois is creating opportunities to work together toward a greener future. Illinois is committed to supporting and working alongside companies like Nexamp that invest in our communities while contributing to our vibrant clean energy ecosystem. Thank you, and with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Representative Danny Davis.
Thank you very much. I'm Representative Danny Davis, and I proudly represent the area where we are. And so I'm pleased to be here with Governor Pritzker, Director Richards, Senator Mattie Hunter, the Chicago Urban League, some of our educational institutions, and all of the other stakeholders. I welcome Nexamp's headquarters to Chicago for many reasons, but choosing Chicago reflects their understanding of the leadership of Governor Pritzker and Illinois legislators like Senator Hunter on clean energy and skilled job creation. Noting that our educational institutions are engaged and involved, as a former Chicago public school teacher and university professor, I am pleased to note the level of education and training that becomes available to our young people. So I congratulate them on that. To build on Illinois' success, it has been my pleasure to work with Nexamp and other green stakeholders to enact a new federal enhanced tax credit to bring the economic and environmental benefits of solar energy to low-income individuals and communities across the nation. I am proud that this federal credit, together with Illinois' historic investment in clean energy, will put money in the pockets of low-income Chicagoans by reducing their electricity costs while making the air they breathe safer and growing the number of good-paying green jobs in Illinois. The federal program I championed is called the Low Income Communities Bonus Program. It was designed to spur private solar and wind investment in economically disadvantaged areas The program gives a 10 to 20% bonus tax credit on top of the base 30% investment tax credit, with a greater bonus for companies serving those with greatest need. These projects target the various places where low-income families live, both in single-family homes and in multi-family dwellings. In Chicago, a lot of people live in residential buildings, yet there weren't any federal incentives for those building owners to adopt solar energy. So these Chicagoans lost out on savings and cleaner air. In its first month alone, the Low-Income Communities Bonus Credit Program got more than 46,000 applications for new energy facilities, with the demand so great that the application energy capacity was 4 times the amount of energy than in 1 year. I am proud of Illinois and the federal legislators, the federal Democratic leaders like President Biden, Senator Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and others for their historic investments in clean energy and the great help to our economy. And now it's my pleasure to bring back the greatest governor in the United States of America, Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Happy to take any questions from members of the media. Yes.
On the subject of energy, Doug Scott has made some pretty monumental decisions at ICC. Are you worried at all about his chances being confirmed by the Senate?
Well, he's not alone in making those decisions. As you know, it's a bipartisan commission, and all of the commissioners have participated in the decisions that have been made over the last few months that have been great for clean energy, that have been good for consumers, making sure that we're trying to keep the rates that they're paying as low as possible. So I'm very pleased with the work that they're doing, and I look forward to them being confirmed by the state Senate.
Governor,
John.
were there any incentives involved in the workers movement and workers' jobs?
None beyond the CJA, what we've talked about, which are, enhancing the opportunity here in the state of Illinois. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody.